Welcome to Low Tech Android, the place to go for the tricks and tips that'll make that low budget smartphone sing. This is Google Keep. Have you ever heard of it? Probably not, because it's one of the few Google apps that isn't installed automatically on your Android device when you first open it up. Good news is, it's free, and it's one of those things that I download to every device right away. It's that useful. First of all, notes that you share here will appear on all of your devices. So for instance, if you've got a favorite website that you're visiting and you want to see it later on your computer, you can just go to keep.google.com and there are all the links that you're looking for. There's several ways you can add a note to this thing. The first way is just hit the plus. You can add a title if you want to, but you don't necessarily need one. Okay, and then when you hit the back button, there's your note. Let's try one with the title. Okay, now to really make it stand out in your list, you can change the color of all of your notes, just like Post-its. We can make this yellow. And now if we go to the back to our main screen, there's your plain note. If you want to make a note automatically stand out at the top of your list, you can also pin it. Pinned notes will appear at the top. This is important when you've got hundreds of notes, because you're sharing every thought that you have with your phone so that you can get back to it later. There's also multiple colors you can choose, or you can even give it a background like so. You can scribble on the screen if there's an idea that just won't fit into words. Various different colors. Not exactly completely useful, at least not on a small phone. I'm guessing if you have a mouse and you're using Google Keep on the computer, then you might be able to do something artistic with this. You can also notice how, well, anyway, enough of that silliness. You can also use the little microphone icon, which I can't do right now because I'm offline, because as soon as I go online with this thing, all of my notes are going to be here, which we'll actually do in a minute. You can add pictures, either take a photo live or choose an image that you already have on your machine. And when that image pops up, you can add a title, description. It's an easy way to add notes to your pictures, and if you've got a whole bunch of pictures on your phone, and there's a few that you want to remember, okay, speaking of which, in addition to pinning a note to the top, you can also add a collaborator, send it to other people. You can organize your notes into labels. Then there's to-do lists. You can have all kinds of different to-do lists. As you complete things on your to-do list, you can check them off and they automatically go to the bottom like that. Alright, if you want to delete notes, you can tap and hold to select one. At that point, you can select multiple notes and delete them all. You can also copy notes to Google Docs if you want to turn it into a full-length novel or something, which is a handy option to have. Now, let's go online. so you can see my actual notes in action. Okay, notice that one of my categories is affirmations, and there's a link to a video. That's actually an interesting point. When you link to a video, or actually when you link to any kind of website, you have the choice of editing the link, seeing what the link actually is, or just tapping on the preview that it gives you to go directly to whatever it is you're linking to. Because if it's a video, it's going to open it up in your YouTube app if it's a YouTube video. Of course, that happens to be a channel. Let's go back to Keep. Get out of that. Notice that these are all my pinned. Here's some other ones. Now, once you've got a whole bunch of different categories, you can select them from a menu. Like if I just want to see my affirmations, bam. Those are all my daily affirmations. Now, this is the layout for my tablet. If you want to see this on a phone, tap on the layout up here. Okay. Now it's more user-friendly for a phone. You can also search your notes for specific things, like pick whatever word you want, and it'll pop up any notes that have that word in them. Once again, just like affirmations, I like to put scriptures here when I want to get reminded of them. Okay, finally, we've got some pictures. This is a truly amazing life. Actually, that's another good demo. When you want to put in lists of numbers, or in this case, I like to repeat affirmations in writing. So when I repeat this, notice this is number 889. Whenever you've got a numbered list like that in your note, you can just hit enter, and it'll add a new number for you. And then just do it a second again. Truly amazing life. Yes, that's right. I repeated that affirmation 890 times. This is a truly amazing life. And if you are doing repetitions like this, then do what I do. Eventually it becomes overwhelming and you just delete the old ones. Tap and hold, select the whole thing that you want to delete, and get it out of there. Because that's not the usual thing you're going to do with a list. Usually you'll just want a numbered list. But speaking of which, let's show that. Let's say there's a note that I want to share with someone. You can just say send. And then send it to your favorite buddy via email. If there's a photo in there, it'll automatically add the attachment for you. All you gotta do is write who you want to send it to and you're done. Let's get out of that. Okay, hopefully you see the potential here. The thing is called Google Keep. I'll have a link to it in the Play Store in the description of this video, as usual. Thanks for watching. Hope you subscribe and check out some of the other tips.